Hello, friends. Let me ask you something. Two people grow up in the same city. They go to the same school. They even have the same IQ. But 20 years later, one is wealthy, living his dream life, traveling the world, financially free, and the other one, still struggling, paycheck to paycheck, wondering why nothing ever works out. Same city, same school, same IQ. So what's the difference? According to Harv Eker, author of Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, the answer has nothing to do with luck, education, or even hard work. It has everything to do with one invisible thing: your money blueprint. Today, we're breaking down this life-changing book completely. Every key concept, every wealth principle, every mindset shift. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why some people are rich and why most people are not, and more importantly, what you can do about it. So sit back, grab a notebook, and let's dive in. Part 1. Your money blueprint. What is a money blueprint? Eker opens the book with a powerful idea. Each of us has a personal financial thermostat. Just like a thermostat controls the temperature in a room, your money blueprint controls the level of wealth in your life. And here's the thing about thermostats. If the room gets too hot or too cold, the thermostat kicks in to bring it back to the set temperature. The same thing happens with money. You might hustle for a while and earn a lot, but if your internal thermostat is set to broke, you'll unconsciously find a way to spend it, lose it, or sabotage it. On the flip side, rich people who lose their money always seem to get it back. Why? Because their thermostat is set to wealth. Think about lottery winners. Studies show that most lottery winners are broke within 5 years. They get millions and lose it all. Why? Because their blueprint was never updated. The money came, but the mindset didn't change. So the money had to go. How is your blueprint formed? Eker explains that our money blueprint is set during childhood by 3 powerful forces. Number 1. Verbal programming. What did you hear about money growing up? Money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that. Rich people are greedy. Money is the root of all evil. These phrases go deep into your subconscious, and they shape how you think, feel, and behave around money for the rest of your life, unless you reprogram them. Number 2. Modeling. How did your parents or role models act around money? Did they save, spend recklessly, fight about bills? Were they stressed or calm and confident? We learn what we see. If your parents were always anxious about money, you'll likely be anxious about money too. It's not a curse, it's just conditioning. Number 3. Specific incidents. Did something happen in your childhood that changed how you felt about money? Maybe you saw your family lose their home, or maybe you saw a wealthy neighbor who seemed happy. These moments leave emotional imprints. Eker says, your past does not equal your future unless you live there. The first step to wealth is awareness. You need to identify your money blueprint before you can change it. The reprogramming process. Here's how Eker says you change your blueprint in 4 steps. Step 1. Awareness. Notice the thought, belief, or habit. Oh, I just said money doesn't grow on trees. Where did that come from? Step 2. Understanding. Recognize it came from the past, not the present truth. Step 3. Disassociation. See it as old programming, not your identity. Step 4. Recondition. Replace the old belief with a new, empowering one. Simple, but not easy. Let's now go into the real meat of the book, the 17 Wealth Files. Part 2. The 17 Wealth Files. This is where the book gets incredibly practical. Eker gives us 17 direct comparisons between how rich people think and how poor people think. These are called Wealth Files. Let's go through all 17. Wealth File has shown rich people believe, I create my life. Poor people believe, life happens to me. This is the foundation of everything. Poor thinkers are victims. They blame the economy, their boss, their parents, the government. They complain and make excuses. They live in a state of Life is happening to me. Rich thinkers are creators. They take full responsibility. They say, if I'm not where I want to be, I need to change something, and that something is me. Eker says there are 3 types of people when something goes wrong. Blamers, they blame others. Justifiers, they explain why it's not their fault. Complainers, they just whine about it. None of these people get rich. The wealthy person asks, how did I create this situation? And what can I do to change it? Wealth file #2 rich people play the money game to win. Poor people play to not lose. Here's a huge mindset difference. Poor people's financial goal is survival. They say things like, I just want enough to pay the bills, or I just want to be comfortable. Rich people's goal is abundance. They want to win big. They think, I want to create massive wealth. I want to be extraordinary. If you're only playing not to lose, you'll never win. You have to play to win. Eker asks, what's your financial goal? Is it to be comfortable or to be rich? Be honest. Wealth file #3. Rich people are committed to being rich. Poor people want to be rich. Wanting and committing are completely different. Most people say they want to be rich, but dig deeper and you'll find conflicting beliefs. I want to be rich, but rich people are greedy. I want more money, but money corrupts people. I want wealth, but I don't want to be seen as a show-off. These contradictions cancel out the desire. You end up going nowhere. Eker says you must commit 100%, not 99%. Not I'll try, fully commit to wealth. Only then does the universe and your subconscious start working with you instead of against you. Wealth file #4. Rich people think big. Poor people think small. This one is simple but profound. Eker asks, how many people do you want to serve? If your answer is 1, 5, or 10 people, your income will match that. If your answer is 1,000, 100,000, or 1 million people, your income will match that. Rich people think about massive impact. Poor people think about just surviving. The famous quote from the book, you are the average of your ambitions. Think bigger. The world doesn't need more small thinkers. Wealth file #5. Rich people focus on opportunities. Poor people focus on obstacles. When poor thinkers see a new business idea, they think, what if it fails? What if I lose money? What if people laugh at me? When rich thinkers see the same idea, they think, how can I make this work? What's the upside? Who can I partner with? Same world, completely different focus. Eker says, rich people see opportunities everywhere. They look for possibility. Poor people see problems everywhere and use those problems as reasons to stay stuck. Wealth file #6. Rich people admire other rich and successful people. Poor people resent them. This is massive. This one belief keeps millions of people poor. When poor thinkers see a wealthy person, what do they feel? Envy, resentment. Must be nice. He probably cheated. She got lucky. Here's the problem. You can never attract what you resent. If you resent rich people, your subconscious will make sure you never become one of them because you've told yourself rich people are bad. Eker says, bless what you want. When you see a nice car, say, that's awesome, I'll have one too someday. When you see someone wealthy, say, good for them. That's possible. Admiration opens the door. Resentment closes it. Wealth file #7. Rich people associate with positive and successful people. Poor people associate with negative or unsuccessful people. You've heard it, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Eker takes this seriously. He says, your environment is crucial. If you're surrounded by people who complain, play small, gossip, and make excuses, you'll become like them. Rich people deliberately choose their circle. They seek out mentors, achievers, and positive thinkers. The question Eker asks, are the people around you raising your energy or draining it? Wealth file #8. Rich people are willing to promote themselves and their value. Poor people think negatively about selling and promotion. Poor thinkers say, I don't want to be seen as pushy. I hate salespeople. Money should come naturally. I shouldn't have to ask for it. Rich thinkers understand. If you have something of value, a product, a service, a skill, it is your responsibility to let people know about it. Eker says, you can have the best product in the world, but if you can't sell it, you have nothing. Every wealthy person is a great promoter. Not manipulative, but enthusiastic and confident about their value. Wealth file #9 rich people are bigger than their problems. Poor people are smaller than their problems. Here's a truth that hits hard. The size of your problems reflects the size of you. Poor thinkers try to avoid problems. They play it safe. They stay in their comfort zone. But avoiding problems doesn't make them go away. It just keeps you small. Rich thinkers grow themselves so that problems become smaller by comparison. Eker says, the secret to success is not to try to avoid or get rid of your problems, it's to grow yourself so that you are bigger than any problem. Every time you face a fear or push through an obstacle, you grow. And your capacity for wealth grows with you. Wealth file #0 rich people are excellent receivers. Poor people are poor receivers. This one surprises a lot of people. Eker says many people are terrible at receiving. Someone pays them a compliment and they deflect it. Someone offers to help and they say, no, I'm fine. Someone wants to give them money and they undercharge. These are all forms of blocking wealth. Why do people do this? Usually because deep down, they feel they don't deserve it. Eker says, you have to believe you are worthy of wealth. Not arrogant, just worthy. Receiving is a skill, and you have to practice it. When someone compliments you, say thank you. When someone offers help, accept it graciously. Start opening the channel for abundance to flow in. Wealth file #9 rich people choose to get paid based on results. Poor people choose to get paid based on time. This is a game changer. Poor thinkers think in hours. They want security, a fixed salary, hourly wages, guaranteed pay. Rich thinkers think in results. They're willing to get paid based on performance, commissions, profits, ownership. Eker says, there's nothing wrong with a steady income, but if that's your only stream, you'll never get rich. True wealth comes from owning things, businesses, investments, intellectual property where you get paid not for your time but for the value you create. Wealth file #2 rich people think both. Poor people think either or. Poor thinkers say, I can be rich or happy. I can have money or a great family life. I can be successful or spiritual. Rich thinkers say, I can have both. Eker calls poor thinking dualistic, as if you have to choose. Rich thinking is expansive. It finds a way to have it all. This doesn't mean it's easy, but it starts with refusing to believe you have to sacrifice one thing for another. There is a way to have both. Your job is to find it. Wealth file #3 rich people focus on their net worth. Poor people focus on their working income. Here's where most people get confused. Poor thinkers obsess over their salary. I need a raise. I need to earn more per hour. But income is just one part of wealth. Net worth is the big picture. Income plus savings plus investments plus simplified lifestyle. Rich people track their net worth, the total value of everything they own minus everything they owe. Eker identifies 4 factors that build net worth. 1. Income, what you earn. 2. Savings, what you keep. 3. Investments, how your money grows. 4. Simplification, how efficiently you live. Poor people focus only on #1. Rich people focus on all 4. Wealth file #4 rich people manage their money well. Poor people mismanage their money well. Eker says something controversial. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much you keep and how hard it works for you. He introduces a powerful system called the money management method, or what he calls the JARS system. Explain the JARS system clearly. The idea is to divide your income into specific accounts, or JARS, every time you receive money. 55% necessities: rent, food, bills, transportation, 10% financial freedom account. This is your golden goose. Never spend it, only invest it. 10% long-term savings for big purchases or emergencies. 10% education, books, courses, seminars. Invest in your mind. 10% play. This one surprises people. Eker says you must blow this money every month on something luxurious. It trains your subconscious that wealth is enjoyable. 5% give. Donate to causes you believe in. It's not the amount that matters, says Eker. It's the habit. Even if you start with $10, divide it this way. You're training your brain to manage money like a millionaire. Wealth file Hasson 5. Rich people have their money work hard for them. Poor people work hard for money. Robert Kiyosaki said it. Harv Eker echoes it. There are only two ways to make money. 1. You work for money, trading time for dollars. 2. Money works for you. Investing, assets, passive income. Poor people stay stuck in option 1. Even if they earn well, they trade their time for it, and time is limited. Rich people relentlessly pursue option 2. They build systems, invest wisely, and eventually create income that flows even when they sleep. Eker says, the goal is to eventually reach the point where your investments make more money than your job does. That's financial freedom. Wealth file Hasson 6. Rich people act in spite of fear. Poor people let fear stop them. Fear is natural. Everyone has it. Rich people feel it and act anyway. Poor people feel fear and retreat. They tell themselves they'll act when the time is right, or when they're more ready. That time rarely comes. Eker says, the number one reason people don't get rich is fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of rejection, fear of looking stupid. His solution? Train yourself to act despite fear. You don't have to eliminate it. Just don't let it drive the car. His motto: if you're not willing to risk, you cannot grow. And if you cannot grow, you cannot become your best. And if you cannot become your best, you cannot be happy. Wealth file Hasson 7. Rich people constantly learn and grow. Poor people think they already know. This is the last wealth file, and one of the most powerful. Rich people are obsessed with learning. They read books. They attend seminars. They hire coaches. They seek mentors. They are constantly upgrading their knowledge and skills. Poor people think learning stops after school. They say, I already know that, even when their life is proving otherwise. Here's Eker's test. Look at your results. If your financial results aren't where you want them to be, you don't know enough yet. Knowledge is the most powerful investment you can make. Invest in your mind, and your mind will invest in your future. Key lessons and action steps. The big picture. Let's zoom out and look at what all 17 wealth files have in common. They all come back to one core truth. Your outer world of wealth is a reflection of your inner world of thoughts, beliefs, and habits. Eker's famous formula is TFOR. Thoughts lead to feelings. Feelings lead to actions. Actions lead to results. If you want to change your results, you must trace back to the thoughts that are creating them. The declaration practice. Throughout the book, Eker recommends a powerful practice: declarations. A declaration is a spoken affirmation combined with a physical gesture, like putting your hand on your heart and saying it aloud. Examples: I have a millionaire mind. I am an excellent money manager. I create massive value for others. I am worthy of wealth. Why do declarations work? Because repetition rewires the brain. When you say something with emotion, out loud, repeatedly, you start to believe it. And when you believe it, you act on it. And when you act on it, you create it. 3 areas rich people master. Eker also points out that wealthy people become masters in 3 interconnected areas. 1. Inner game mindset, beliefs, emotional relationship with money. 2. Outer game strategies, systems, financial management skills. 3. Action, actually doing the work, taking risks, building things. Most people focus only on the outer game strategies and tactics, but without the inner game, strategies don't work. you'll self-sabotage every time. And inner game without action is just philosophy. You have to do something. All three together? That's the formula for millionaire results. The story of Harv Eker himself. Now, let me tell you something fascinating about the author himself. Harv Eker didn't come from money. In fact, for years, he was a classic example of someone with a broken money blueprint. He started over a dozen businesses. Each one failed. He went broke multiple times. He even borrowed money just to survive. And then one day, he had a turning point. A wealthy friend of his father's gave him one piece of advice. Harv, if you're not doing as well as you'd like, all that means is there's something you don't know. That sentence changed everything. Instead of blaming the market, or bad luck, or the timing, he started looking inward. He started asking, what are the beliefs that are holding me back? He began studying wealthy people obsessively. He read every book, attended every seminar, and he started noticing patterns. Rich people thought differently, not just about money, about everything. So Eker decided to copy their thinking. He rewrote his money blueprint, and within 2.5 years, he built a chain of fitness stores and became a millionaire. Not because the market changed, not because he got lucky, but because HE changed. He then sold his businesses, created a seminar company, and eventually turned his insights into this book, which has sold millions of copies worldwide. His story is proof of everything he teaches. Practical application. How to start right now. Okay, we've covered the theory. Now let's talk about what you can actually do starting today. Step 1. Identify your blueprint. Grab a journal or notebook. Answer these questions honestly. What did I hear about money growing up? How did my parents handle money? What do I actually believe about rich people? What do I believe about myself and money? Write without filter. Be brutally honest. This alone is a powerful exercise. Step 2. Spot your wealth files in action. For 1 week, pay attention to your automatic thoughts around money. When a bill arrives, what do you feel? Dread? Resentment? When you see someone wealthy, what do you think? When someone offers to pay you more, do you deflect or accept? These reactions reveal your blueprint. Noticing them is the beginning of change. Step 3. Set up your jars or bank accounts. Even if you're starting with very little, implement the jars system. Get 6 envelopes or open 6 separate bank accounts. Label them: necessities, financial freedom, long-term savings, education, play, give. Every time money comes in, divide it immediately. The habit is more important than the amount. Step 4. Choose one wealth file to focus on. Don't try to change everything at once. Pick one wealth file that resonated most, the one that stung a little when you heard it. Work on that one for 30 days. Write about it. Say declarations related to it. Watch for evidence that it's starting to shift. Step 5. Invest in your financial education. Start reading one financial book per month. Some great starters alongside this one: Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Each book is an investment that pays compound interest for a lifetime. A balanced view. What critics say. Now, in the spirit of intellectual honesty, let me address some criticisms of this book, because no book is perfect. Some readers find the book overly repetitive. Eker repeats his formulas many times. If you're a fast reader, it can feel stretched. The good news? The repetition is intentional. It's designed to rewire the subconscious. Others say the book oversimplifies wealth. Just change your mindset and you'll get rich. Some argue it ignores real systemic barriers like poverty, discrimination, and circumstance. This is a fair critique. Mindset is one powerful tool, but it's not the only tool. Context matters. That said, most people who dismiss mindset work do so because they're afraid to look inward. The discomfort of self-examination is real, but the rewards are also real. Take the principles that resonate. Leave what doesn't. but don't dismiss the whole framework without trying it. Final summary. The 17 wealth files at a glance. Let's do a rapid-fire recap of all 17 wealth files. 1. Rich. I create my life. Poor. Life happens to me. 2. Rich. Play to win. Poor. Play not to lose. 3. Rich. Committed to being rich. Poor. Just want to be rich. 4. Rich. Think big. Poor. Think small. 5. Rich. Focus on opportunities. Poor. Focus on obstacles. 6. Rich. Admire other rich people. Poor. Resent them. 7. Rich. Associate with positive, successful people. Poor. Associate with negative ones. 8. Rich. Promote themselves and their value. Poor. Hate selling. 9. Rich. Bigger than their problems. Poor. Smaller than their problems. 10. Rich. Excellent receivers. Poor. Poor receivers. 11. Rich. Get paid on results. Poor. Get paid on time. 12. Rich. Think both. Poor. Think either or. 13. Rich. Focus on net worth. Poor. Focus on income only. 14. Rich. Manage money well. Poor. Mismanage money. 15. Rich. Have money work for them. Poor. Work for money. 16. Rich. Act despite fear. Poor. Let fears stop them. 17. Rich. Constantly learn and grow. Poor. Think they already know. Here's the truth. You didn't choose your original money blueprint. It was handed down to you by your parents, your culture, your experiences. But you can choose your new blueprint right now, starting today. The difference between where you are and where you want to be financially isn't luck. It's not the economy. It's not your education or your background. It's the story you tell yourself. And stories can be rewritten. Harv Eker didn't make his millions of dollars because he was smarter than everyone else. He did it because he was willing to do the work, the inside work that most people avoid. The question for you is simple. Are you ready? If you found value in this video, please like and subscribe. It will help this channel reach more people who need to hear these ideas. Let me know in the comments below, which of the 17 wealth files resonated with you the most? I'd love to know. And if you want to delve deeper, pick up a copy of Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. It's a short read, but it might just change your life. Until next time, think rich, live rich, and become the person you've always wanted to be. Thanks.